Hi there, welcome to Pint Football TV. We got our weekly rundown. The Euros are over, unfortunately.
Portugal's the winner. I called that. I will be slapping the shit out of Brady.
Yeah, we took a vote on Twitter, and unfortunately for me, Smack Cam beat out Butts Up Pens.
I bet for Butts Up Pens before the game because I was like, shit, Portugal's going to lose this.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
okay. It all worked out.
Yeah.
Even the followers were literally said, smack this shit out of Brady.
We had
so I
multiple
will
tweets.
literally do that.
Yep. You can look forward to that later this week, but focusing on the game for now.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
What'd you think about the match?
I thought it was just Portugal being Portugal. I mean, they didn't win. They won one game in regulation the whole time, and they just won the Euros, and it's crazy.
I think the wrong team won the Euros.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, see,
Portugal weren't the best team. They were the. I'm conflicted because the thing is I'm very pragmatic about it. Where a win's a win, but at the same time, like, they didn't win a game in regular time until they played Wales in the semifinals. Like, come on, that team does not deserve to win the Euros.
I mean, what you got to do to win games, man.
You got to feel good for Cristiano, even though we bash him all the time. Like, dude's a competitor. He finally got to win the Euros.
Yep.
But I just it left me feeling unfulfilled.
No, it did. That finish, and you were like, well, also it makes you feel unfulfilled too, because it finishes. And I'm like, I've got a month until there's any real soccer.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, there's the Olympics, but
that's like in a month.
Yeah.
So, but like even the Premier League's a month. So like once the Olympics start, like the Olympics won't even matter.
It's like half a month before the Premier League. So
no.
Yeah. Because only some of the people will be missing the beginning of the Premier League season.
Yeah, but the Olympics don't start till August. Yeah, the Premier League starts August, so it's not at the same time.
Yeah, you're right.
So basically,
fuck the Olympics.
Yeah, the Olympics.
We're gonna be watching the Prem. That's what we're gonna be worried about. But I just it didn't feel right for Portugal to win. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I wasn't too upset because I picked it.
Yeah, and you're not getting slapped in the face.
Yeah.
It's just like it was France's Euros. This was, if they were gonna win, this was the time. You know what I mean?
They had good chances.
They really did, and you saw Cristiano go down with the injury. We'll talk about that in a second, but you saw Cristiano go down. You're like, this is over. I mean, Cristiano is Portugal, right? I mean, he's their whole team, basically.
Yeah.
But Portugal just sat back and played defense, and it worked. I mean, to be fair, France kind of took their foot off the gas, it seemed like. They were attacking really well in the first 15, 20 minutes, and as soon as they saw Cristiano go off, they were like, oh, we got this in the bag.
Yeah.
And they let off, and they let Portugal get confidence defending, and it just fell off. The wheels fell off for Portugal, or for France, you know what I mean?
And speaking of Cristiano Ronaldo, that moth landed on his face. There's probably about 400 million women that wish they were that moth.
There's also probably about 400 million Twitter accounts dedicated
I
to
know,
that moth
right?
now. I saw Ronaldo. I saw freaking Ronaldo's moth. And all of them were tweeting, just signed for Barcelona. And then, did you see the picture? I think it was by, who was it, Talksport or somebody? But it was the moth, but they had photoshopped Messi's head onto the moth.
Jeez. Yeah, I saw a crying Jordan over the moth. You can always count on a crying Jordan at any moment.
Always. I feel bad for Jordan for that.
Yeah, me too.
But anyways, going back to the Ronaldo injury, I've seen stuff, especially there was a quote from Ronaldo's mother, like, saying that Payet was a dirty player, and people are like, oh, it was dirty from Payet. It wasn't. If you watch it, it was a good tackle. It was a good, hard tackle.
I've never seen Payet get stuck in my life. He's an attacking midfielder with flair, and you're telling me he went in dirty? Like,
yeah, no.
Get out of here.
He went in for a good tackle.
Yeah,
I mean,
silly.
Ronaldo, if anything, invited it. I think Steve McManaman said this. He invited it by slowing the ball down and standing on top of it. I mean, you do that in the EPL, you're going to get blown up every single time.
That's why he plays in La Liga.
That's why he plays in La Liga.
Not that he wasn't playing successful in the Premier League.
Yeah, but, he wasn't doing stuff like that in the Premier League. Because he would get snapped.
Wasn't scoring 40, 50 goals in a season.
Yeah, that's true.
Enough Ronaldo talk. I can't listen to so much.
I'm feeling kind of queasy right now.
But, my question about the finals is Adair the best striker in the world?
No.
Okay, so is Adair the second best striker in the world?
No.
Third?
He's not even. He's the second best striker on Portugal's roster.
Who's the first?
Ronaldo.
Nah, he's not a real striker.
He played striker.
But he's not a number 9.
Okay, either way, okay. Adair is big and he's strong, but he's not even close to top 20 in the world.
He's not even close to top 200 in the world.
Yeah, like, I mean...
No, he's top 5.
Obviously...
It's just play devil's advocate. So.
Obviously, he's a professional player. He's going to be good. And every professional player has the talent in them to have a moment like he did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You saw with... Götze is a much better player than Adair, don't get me wrong.
No kidding.
But you saw it with Götze. He came on and won the World Cup for Germany, and then what did he do for Bayern? Nothing. He barely even played. He's struggling to get on. I mean, he's just now accepting that Bayern don't want him.
No, they don't.
Bayern are going to sell him.
But, I mean, I watched Adair play in the Premier League a little bit for Swansea. 13 appearances, 0 goals.
Yeah.
Right? Adair is trash. I literally told my friend when he came on the field, I was like, I told him before, like, they need a number 9 on the field. And I was like, Adair is trash. And then Adair scored. I was
That's
like...
how it always seems to work,
yeah.
Right? You're like, oh, this guy's shit.
But I told them they needed a number 9 if they were going to win, and they did. Yeah. But I didn't think Adair was the answer.
So, another thing that I didn't understand was bringing on Gignac for Giroud, who I actually really liked Giroud. I mean, I didn't like him because I had only seen him play at Arsenal, and that system does not fit him. He doesn't fit in an Arsenal system, and he doesn't have a good strike partner.
No.
I mean, you got Alexis Sanchez, but he's a winger. He's naturally a winger.
Yeah.
And you've got Walcott, Walcott, but he's a winger as well. But Welbeck.
He's not a good striker.
I mean, he has promise, and this is hotly debated even within Arsenal fans. Some like him, some don't. But he's always fucking injured, so you can never tell. You know what I mean? So he's got no strike partner, and he goes from that to playing with Antoine Griezmann, and he looked good.
Yeah,
he looked
great.
very good. I mean...
Yeah.
I didn't understand bringing Gignac on. I mean, you look at Giroud, and he's not very mobile, right? He's good at holding the ball up, and he's good at creating chances for Antoine Griezmann.
Yeah.
You bring on Gignac, and he's just a less mobile Giroud. So if you want a big man... You want Giroud in. You don't want Gignac in.
I mean, think about it. You just brought in a guy to win the Euros who plays for Tigres and Liga MX.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
It's dumb. Yeah. I mean, and
he almost scored, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Giroud would have tucked that away. I mean...
Giroud misses sitter after sitter after sitter. I'm not going to say...
Yeah, but he's had a great tournament.
He's been
in form.
He scored, 4 goals?
You got to think of Giroud with confidence, yeah.
I would like to see the statistics on the...
Antoine Griezmann scored 6.
I know, but
he was the leading scorer in the tournament. Giroud scored 4.
Yeah. I want to see the number of statistics on Giroud misses, too, because I watched every single France game. He misses a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta think. He's having a great tournament. He's going to take that chance. And either way... I think Giroud's more dangerous than Gignac.
Oh, yeah. I think Giroud's absolute garbage, and I think he's more dangerous than Gignac.
See, that's the thing. I think he's garbage in Arsenal's system, but I think he's a good player if you play him in the right system. And we saw that in the Euros.
That's true, but he doesn't play... I can't... Because, you play for France hardly ever, right? You play for Arsenal all the time, so I still think he's garbage. I don't know. I'm not a Giroud fan, but we could talk about all day. We need to move on to
another thing.
Go ahead, Last thing.
Pogba didn't have a good enough tournament.
No, he did.
He was good. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
he wasn't £100 million good. Though.
Yeah, he wasn't £100 million good. He wasn't Paul Pogba good. He was average player good. And Sissoko played out of his mind.
Yeah.
The dude that played like garbage all season for Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle fans wanted his head halfway through the season.
And the bad thing is he played great, and then he made the errant pass that went to Adair, and they scored, and he was crying when he came off the field.
Yeah.
Got to move on, though. Talk about that all day. We're going to talk about the format. The 24 teams instead of 16.
Hate it.
You hate it?
Hate it.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to say why I think they do it. Money.
Well, I mean,
that's all sports are.
Yeah,
money.
well, yeah. Unfortunately, it's devolved into what can make us the most money.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, if you're going to have that many teams, why not just move it to 32 and have 2 teams from each, just have a World Cup in Europe?
It's just because it would, 24...
I'd still tune in for every goddamn game.
I would too, but...
You know what I mean?
But 24, you have teams that aren't great, Hungary, even though they did well. And
but we're also missing teams. We missed Holland.
Yeah,
we missed,
Denmark.
Who, the great Lord Bentner.
Yeah.
But you also got teams like Iceland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Teams like Iceland, who you're like, there's no way they're going to do anything. Like, what about Serbia didn't make it, right?
No, they didn't.
Serbia.
Yeah, that's
Serbia,
true.
I would take Serbia any day over Iceland. But Iceland went to the freaking, quarterfinals?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got dark horses like that. You just bring in more teams. And, so what if they suck? You've got an actual, system that makes sense.
Yeah.
Teams they're trying to go through on 2 points. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be able to go through on 2 points.
3
points.
Yeah.
And it ruined the group stages for me because there were teams that were like, we have a win, we can just sit back and go for a tie.
Yeah, but
where in regular tournaments you're going to see teams like, we've got one win, we've got a loss, we need a win to guarantee that we go through.
But
you know what I mean?
Portugal literally got through with a tie, thinking, okay, if we tie, we're going to end up on the left side of the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And then Iceland scored and won. And then they ended up on the left side of the bracket. And then they had an easier route. Because I'm sorry, if you put them on the right side of the bracket, they go England, France, right? Yeah, England, France, if they win that game, they would have played Germany.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that Portugal goes through that.
You have to go through the ringer instead of Croatia, Wales. Croatia, Poland, Wales.
Yeah.
Yep. It's completely different.
Yeah, which is silly to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should be 2 teams from each group, traditionally set up, because it works. It makes sense logically. I mean, obviously the maths work out for it to do it this way, but
20.
It's like, if we get third place, we may or may not go through. It's like, just play it to where there are 2 teams going through. Make it easy.
24 teams, 2 from each group advance, 4 best teams get a bye. I don't know if that would work. I need to look at it.
Yeah, but that's kind of the same thing. And how do you determine the 4 best teams? Like, what if 2 teams have
differential? And then goals for. You can figure it out. I don't know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Move on though. The biggest winners and losers of the tournament. I guess we'll each do a winner and a loser. We'll do winners first.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go first? You want to go first?
You can go.
Okay, my biggest winner of the tournament is Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean,
that is a very good choice. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking nations, but yeah, Cristiano.
Oh yeah.
Cristiano really. I mean, there's discussion now. Has he surpassed Messi? Which I don't think so.
Never.
I would rather take Messi,
Never.
But at the same time, he's won a major tournament with his country.
It's like when you look at it,
and think about it. I mean, you take Cristiano out of the equation, you take Messi out of the equation. Who wins, Argentina or Portugal?
Argentina for sure.
Yeah, by 4 goals.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think it was a big monkey off of Ronaldo's back that Messi still has. I mean...
Yeah, and apparently Messi's going to have for the rest of his life because he retired.
No, he's coming back. He said he's coming back.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's coming back. He was just upset.
Oh, we didn't see that coming.
Yeah, hell Lord Messi. Anyways, who's your biggest winner?
My biggest winner is Iceland.
Oh, yeah.
We saw all the documentaries about how much they've been growing soccer and how much they've invested in the soccer up there. And it's awesome to see. I mean, when these guys were kids, nobody paid attention to soccer. Nobody liked soccer. Nobody even cared. They'd be
cross-country skiing, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Cross-country skiing was bigger than soccer in Iceland. You know what I mean? So, to see a country invest so heavily and have everybody in the country be so involved in that, it's awesome to see a small little country, what they can do when they really put their minds to it. Because Iceland really put their minds to it, and they did something incredible.
Yeah, they did.
Biggest loser?
Biggest
Biggest loser is Belgium.
Yeah.
Belgium.
Disappointing.
Very disappointing. At the same time, I expected it.
Yeah.
I saw it coming because it's just, for some reason, the golden generation, as they're called, doesn't show up.
I still think the golden generation has at least another World Cup and another Euros.
Maybe another World Cup. I don't know about the next Euros.
Because that's 4 years from now. I mean, when we think of their best players, Courtois, Young, they got
De Bruyne.
Yeah, De Bruyne. They just
they'll be coming off the end of their primes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
they'll all be around 28.
Yeah, that's
27, 28.
That when you're 27, 28 is when I expect players to that to be their peak. I mean, Messi 2-3 years ago was his peak. I was 27. 28, 26, but
I thought Messi was 29 though.
No, I think he's 30. I thought he
was 2 years younger than.
Maybe he is.
Ronaldo.
Maybe he is. But, like, I expect players between the 26 and 29 range
Yeah, I mean...
to be, like, at their best. And to be, like, the most mature, too.
Yeah, that does help.
Because, like, but once you hit 30, obviously you're more mature because you've played longer, but you've almost fallen off a cliff a little. Not, you didn't fall off a cliff, but you start to dip a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless you're Cristiano Ronaldo.
Or Buffon.
Yeah, or a goalie.
Buffon's,
it's a little different.
We'll talk about that in a second, but... Belgium needs a good coach.
Yeah,
they
that guy's
really
got.
do.
Did they fire that guy? If they haven't,
he's gone.
He's gone.
But they just fell apart. They didn't have any discipline, and they had talent. It showed when they beat the crap out of my Ireland. Still sad about that.
Yeah.
But it's. You know,
they'll be okay.
It leaves something to be desired, and you keep saying, "Yeah, they'll be okay. They're good. They're talented." But you said that after the World Cup, and then they came in and did this at the Euros.
Nah,
it's like
they'll be okay. If you look at the players they have all over the world that are young, that are between the ages of 18.
Oh yeah, I'm not
unreal.
arguing. They're unbelievably talented.
I feel like the media has blown that out of proportion, saying almost like this is it. But like
no, it's definitely not it. They have a great chance in the World Cup, but it's just like, will they take it?
Yeah,
they've had absolutely great chances in the Euros and in the last World Cup.
I don't think they necessarily need to win the World Cup of Euros, but they need to show us more.
I want to see at least a semifinal run in at least one of those.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You.
Like, for them to be not considered failures, at least, semifinals.
Yeah.
For them to be considered a success, they need to win one.
I mean, they made Robson Kanu look like Luis Suarez, dude, Lewandowski.
Yeah.
But we're going to end the show with a new segment called Weekly Wanker. I know Brady's been looking forward to this because he has a lot to get off his chest. So I'm going to let him go first. You want to go first or you want to finish it off? It's up to you.
I'll go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
So, my weekly wanker this week is Bastian Schweinsteiger. Listen, bud, I like you. I really do. And I liked you as a younger player.
Yeah.
But hang the boots up. You're just... This tournament, especially for you, was just terrible. And I know that, you didn't have help from Mueller. Götze was on the bench the whole time crying. Mario Gomez got hurt. But you gotta step it up if you want to keep playing. You're the captain of your country, you know what I mean? Like, come on. He's slow. His touch was off.
Turn the ball
he's
over a lot.
Sticking his hand up like this when he's going for headers and giving PKs up to France.
You can never trust a German who raises his right hand. That's all I'm saying. Not a good history.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just... You see the age catching up with him, and I don't know if it's fan expectations. I don't know if it's being built up by the club that shall not be named. But he doesn't deserve to be putting on a German jersey anymore.
Nah.
I mean, he's got a great history. He's a great player. At one time, I would consider him one of the best, if not the best, center mids in the world.
Yeah.
But he's not anymore. And people need to get that through their heads.
Yeah,
he's old, he's slow, his touch is off.
Gets injured
He makes bad decisions, he's always injured. Why is he getting paid so much? Why is he still the captain of Germany?
It's his name.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's his name. It's his
It's
legacy.
his name.
But it's like, do your country a favor and retire.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Come on.
I feel you.
Come on, Bastian. You've had a good run. End it. Cut it off. You're done. Okay?
Alright, so it's my turn?
There you go.
Okay, if you don't like vulgar language, now's the time to turn it off. Because I might get a little heated on this one. Okay, so my weekly wanker is Roy Hodgson. Alright? I have literally said this guy is a freaking idiot for years now.
We knew.
Yes,
we knew.
We're Liverpool
because
fans.
of this.
Yes.
It was the worst 2 years.
I know. Well, it was only like 6 months.
It felt like 2 years.
The guy,
it literally...
The guy hasn't won anything, guys. He still has a job just because he brought Fulham to the Europa League finals in 2000. I don't even think they won. Right? He's won in the Danish league and the Swedish league. He hasn't won anything in England. He hasn't won anything with England. Just because he goes undefeated in Euro qualifying, I don't give a shit. I really don't. That means nothing to me. He's an idiot. You have to explain this to me. Harry Kane taking all the corners. What the hell?
Why? Did you see the quarters he was taking? They were shit.
Why do you put your...
Plus, he's big. Why not have Danny Rose take it? He's my size and I'm fucking tiny.
Yeah. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. And the guy, he has multiple strikers, right? Multiple. And he keeps playing Harry Kane on the middle, who played like crap the whole tournament. Yeah. Okay, he's out of form. Stop playing him. He kept putting Sturridge out wide. He kept putting Vardy out wide, right?
Yeah.
Sterling sucked. Dude, Just play 2 forwards, change what you do or something.
Seriously, you gotta change it up if it's not working.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
A good coach adapts on the fly.
Exactly, and that's what happened to Belgium, dude.
Yep.
They got bad coachitis.
Yep.
I mean, it was shit. And tactically, England were shit.
The last thing I'm gonna say before I finish my weekly wanker?
Yeah.
Roy Hodgson, man. Wayne Rooney is shit, dude.
Get him off the field.
Jesus Christ.
This is another Schweinsteiger situation,
Jesus. Right? Dude.
It's his name keeping him on the field. He's not good enough to play for England.
No, he's not.
Take him off the fucking field.
He's not a center mid anymore. He's not a center mid.
Playing holding mid. It's like he's playing holding mid. He was
Dude.
deeper than Henderson in half the game.
It was painful.
It was bad. Alright, well,
that's it.
That does it for this week's Weekly Rundown. Thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, we'll go take my blood pressure medicine.
Hope you enjoyed that weekly wanker rant. We're going to have it every week for you guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, get stuck in. We'll see you next week, boys.
Good night, Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, Ireland.